Hello and welcome back to another Midwest EV road trip. We are here at our at-home charger. I'll bring you over and introduce you guys since you still haven't seen it. So we have a clipper charger that we plug into at night. We get about 6 kilowatts per the new ID.4 version 3.1, I believe, software. So we are just getting ready to road trip here to, wait, it's not, can you unlock it? So we are just getting ready here to road trip onto Detroit, Michigan for this first, there we go, for this first leg. And then we will be heading to Pittsburgh in a few days.
Welcome to the inside of the car. We are currently at 100% state of charge since we are in road trip mode here. We are going to be driving, I'm going to hit the car into eco mode. We're going to drive in eco, so we see the little tree come up there with the 3.1 software to let us know where we're at. This was our last drive. Caitlin drove to a job interview today. She drove about 9 miles on the way back and averaged 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour. We did precondition the car, and look at that, showing us, probably because we preconditioned, it's showing 199 miles in the guessometer. It's only showing 192 in the app before we got in the car, so probably added a little bit of range. So the ID.4 nav, this is what we're going to be testing out here. We're going to be testing 3.1 with proper charging stops here. So what's interesting is that it thinks that we are going to arrive at 11:56 p.m. It's not clear. 6 hours, 50 minutes. I don't know how that's possible, to be honest. I guess we'll see. But what's interesting is that it's actually having us charge it, stop at charge points. So I don't want to do that because I think this one's here, but I saw in PlugShare this one does not have good reviews. Actually, this one might have. I could be wrong, but I don't know what this one is. But they're both 100 kilowatt chargers. Interesting. So, and then it would arrive at our destination with 5%, which I don't want to do. So I'm gonna, in the 3.1 software, there is an option, I believe it's under route guidance, route options, add charging stops. There's a little setting icon there. And then we're gonna put in like, oh, whoops, that's not what I want. Not on the route, I want it at the destination. Please drive to the route shown. We're gonna put it at the maximum. We'll leave a buffer about 50 miles at the destination, which I believe approximates to about, equates to, there's our neighbors with the Hyundai Ioniq. Perfect timing, they're just driving by, no big deal. So we're gonna set at the destination 50 miles of guesstimated range, which I think will probably equate to about 50 miles. We'll see if that's the case or not. On the route, I'd like to arrive at chargers as little as possible. And actually, we're gonna adjust this to use Electrify America because I get the free charging through them. So,
next stopover is on the limited access road.
Yes, thank you, ID.
Your preferred payment method could not be always used during route planning.
So that it says it only adds half an hour. So interesting. I'm curious to see who is more accurate, whether that's going to be, I think this is optimistic, 12:33 a.m. Okay, wait, it didn't use Electrify America. What is going on here? Did I not set this right? Okay, select Electrify America, Canada. Let's toggle that off and on, see if it glitched.
Please
maybe.
Drive to the route shown. The next stopover is on the limited access road. Please drive to the route shown. The next stopover is on a limited access road. Your preferred payment method could not be always used during route planning.
So that's not going to work. I am a little surprised by that. You would think that the Volkswagen car would select Electrify America, especially when I specify it. So not sure what's up there. So I will compare that. So this is really optimistic. We could try it and get there at 12:34, but this is what a better route planner wants us to do. So I do have in a better route planner. I have it set to prefer Electrify America. I'm going to adjust our arrival percentage to match, most similarly to the Volkswagen here. So we'll arrive at 20% and recalculate this. So that's a little more reasonable. What time would it think we get there? 1:10 a.m. So it wants us to make 2 charging stops. We use a better route planner. It wants us to charge to 100 both times, though. I think that's the difference. The Volkswagen Nav, what does it want us to charge to here? To 91. What are your thoughts? Would you rather pay to use these 100 kilowatt chargers that may or may not work? We could check PlugShare. These are two robustly different routes, and I planned this one in advance, but I just wanted to see what the nav would do now that we're at 100% state of charge.
I would rather go to Electrify America, I think, because we haven't had any recently like negative interactions with them. So I feel like I would trust them better.
Well, let's look up. So I opened a PlugShare here. Johnny's Market. Let's see if that is how it comes up on PlugShare. Johnny's Market. Marshall. Yep, I think that's it. So that is just along. Is this the right one? It is. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so it gets an 8.8 rating on ChargePoint. How much does it cost? 20 cents a minute. 60. Oh, see, this is wrong. Volkswagen says it's a 100 kilowatt charger. It's a 62. So that's kind of a big difference. Maybe it's in the app incorrectly, because actually our Rivian posted that they were able to get 81, but that might be because I think they have an 800 volt architecture. So interesting. I am surprised that the nav is not preferring Electrify America, maybe because it doesn't want us to charge to 100 each time, which I'd prefer not to do, but if it gets us there faster...
What I did was I just clicked into the Johnny's that we were looking at, and I just clicked other charging stations to see if it had anything by it. But
it shows all slow chargers.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to filter this. This is just why this Volkswagen software is not great. So I honestly think we're just going to end up using a better route planner, just because I don't like this route. It is strange though, if I go into PlugShare and if I filter networks to Electrify America, let's say, the biggest stretch on this route from Milwaukee to Detroit would be, we have the one fast charger in Milwaukee. We're going to be stopping downtown Chicago. Then we have to go all along I-94 through Gary, Michigan City, New Buffalo. We're not going to be going past this one in South Bend because we're going up towards Hartford along I-94 instead of I-90. First one we stop at is Portage. So that's at Sam's Club. So if we pop up, and then what's interesting too, so between Portage and here, there's also a huge gap. So I believe the Volkswagen nav wants us to charge somewhere, Marshall, right there. That's where it wants us to charge. It's not showing up on the map because I have it set for Electrify America. Yeah. That's why it's not showing up in the app. So the next Electrify America would be at this Roundtree place, and I actually did want to stop at this one just because they've got the new chargers there, and I want to test those out. These are the Signet versions. So these were the old ones. And then they did install the new one-handle chargers. Out of Spec Reviews did a pretty good video on those, except some of the BTC units, I believe it was, or ABB. I'm trying to remember. No, I think it's BTC. Those are the ones that were bricking in the snow, I believe, or in the cold. We're gonna start driving. I have as a backup here, better route planner. I'm shocked that the nav system is not actually picking. It keeps saying it updates the route, but I'm shocked that it's not actually. You know, it seems like it's recalculating.
Do you want to try and reset like the infotainment?
Well, I'm wondering if I just need to reinsert the address, because I wonder if it's glitching. You know what? Let's reset a better route planner, because I have it set on here to prefer Electrify America. Let me get rid of that on here. So we have to pay, I'd rather get there earlier. So let's remove the preference I have for Electrify America and recalculate this route, because I'm just curious if better route planner, excuse me for the light glare there. I'm just curious if Electrify America or Better Route Planner would recommend the same thing. Yeah, it still is recommending the Electrify Americas with reducing our speed. I say let's try. I want to give Volkswagen Nav a chance. Let's see if it corrects itself. This is what it thinks is best right now, probably to maximize charging speed and everything. We'll start with this. We will go to a Better Route Planner via Android Auto if we need to. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Good chance. We'll give it a chance to kind of figure itself out. So thank you for joining the planning section of this trip. There's Teddy and Riley back there on there. We love the size of this car. If we had a Polestar or anything else, it would not be as comfy for the dogs. So really love it. So let's do this before we drop to 99%. We're still at 199 miles because the car is preconditioned. You just saw Caitlin unplug it. Rock and roll. We'll get you at our first stop. So first stop, according to Volkswagen, we are going to be able to drive for about 3 hours, allegedly. But we'll see what it updates, and we're going to give it a chance on this first leg. But on the big leg back, I think it's better to test these on the smaller legs on the way there, because the big leg back we need to know, because that's going to be, honestly, there are more chargers on that route. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're just going as it goes. We're not that worried. We've got backup options. Go from there.
So you join us back, not at the next charging stop, but 2 miles away from our house where we left. And
not even on the highway yet.
Not even on the highway. And Arai changed the remaining range at the destination and remaining range on the route. And if you want to go back to their screen.
Yeah, so I changed the remaining range of the destination I had set at 50 already. The remaining range on the route I set to 30. So it wasn't trying to get us in with the lowest juice possible. I want a little bit of a buffer just in case we have charger issues, stuff like that. So I maxed that out, which I think is fine. I think this is how it comes default. It either comes halfway or all the way default. So I think that's fine, just in case. Electrify America sometimes is known for not being so reliable. And looky here.
Now we got 2 Electrify America stops with 4. Oh, here we go.
It just
with
rerouted
4 total charging stops for about the same time. 7:50. Yeah.
Yeah. So it now says we're gonna arrive at 1:16 a.m. Which I still don't know if that's Central or Eastern, but that more so aligns.
I think that's Eastern.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah,
7 hours, 51 minutes from
maybe.
now.
We'll see.
No, that's Central.
Yep.
Because look, 7 hours, 51.
So I wonder if it's calculating it in Central right now, since
it'll update when
we're in
we
Central.
switch, but it would be nice if they would tell us. And all right, so interesting observation. I normally drive this car in comfort mode. I don't always precondition it, so I preconditioned the car. When I say precondition, I mean preconditioning the cabin. Let me turn this light so you can see me a little bit better. When I talk about preconditioning, I'm talking about preconditioning the cabin. So because this car doesn't have battery preconditioning yet. I think turning on the climate control for the cabin does activate battery heaters, but I don't think it's as drastic as like a traditional battery preconditioning software. So if you remember, we left at 100% state of charge with 199 miles on the guessometer. We're at 85% now with 219 miles on the guessometer. So I found that very interesting. Not sure, it's just been slowly ticking up, and I'm getting 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour. Instead, like when I wouldn't precondition and drive in comfort mode, I was getting closer to 2.2, 2.3, so it's a pretty significant jump. Let's see if this is consistent through the route, especially on the way back, to see, if we maintain that, because that would be wonderful if that really did work better. This also could be the software update in action, actually being a little more efficient when in eco mode, because I haven't used eco mode since the 3.1 software. So we'll see if this actually holds true or not, but stay tuned. Welcome to Hodgkins, Illinois. We are charging up here. We arrived with 53%. Forgive me, as I really had to pee, so we did not record before we went into Target briefly. Puppies are still very happy in the back. They just walked around behind the chargers. They've got a nice little grassy space here. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you. I took a picture of the Electrify America screen so I can reference it to you guys later. So we plugged in at 53%, at which point we had about 125 miles still on the guessometer after 97 miles of driving. So if you recall, we started with about, let's say, a 199 miles guessometer as soon as we left, if you remember. And then we got here with still 125 left after going 97 miles. So we gained about 20 miles of range, which was super cool. So we're at 88% now. This just happened to be the amount of time it took. We set it to charge to 100 just because our next stop is about 150 miles away. Volkswagen Nav is useless for this trip. For some reason, it's still navigating us to non-Electrify America stops. But I actually had to manually put in that I wanted to stop here at Hodgkins because I knew it was the last Electrify America before leaving the Chicagoland area before we got to Michigan, because there's one Indiana charger in Mishawaka, and it's well out of the way of our route along I-94. So I decided to stop here instead. Seems to have worked out. So now it's guesstimating we're at 89%, 208 miles of range. I really think eco mode's making a big difference, as well as the fact that we preconditioned it. I think it's a combination of the two. It's a little warmer down here in Chicago versus in Milwaukee. It was about 40 degrees when we left in Milwaukee. It's 48 here according to the car. And yeah, so we're gonna get on going here. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug. So we're at 89%, 209 miles now of range. I think we should get to Portage, Michigan, absolutely no problem. So I already plugged it into the nav. I had it replace one of our charging stops, and now I think it's so strange because ID.4, I went into the settings. This 3.1 software is still not perfect, so hopefully they still do it. But see, that thinks we're going to be able to get there with 25% now, and then it wants us to charge there until 93%. I don't think I'm going to do that because I think I want to charge at those new Electrify America chargers, so I'll probably add that as another stopover. But yeah, I had to manually plug this one in, so this has been kind of our route. This will be our routes. So we started up in Milwaukee. This was our first stop here. stop over here in Portage at the Electrify America. And then there's one other Electrify America. I believe it's right around Ann Arbor here. Or is it closer to the airport? I think it might be closer to the airport. So one other cool thing I had to do, because whenever I would add a charging station or search for a charging station, it kept showing slow chargers. So there's now this setting, if you tap down here and then filter, you could either filter greater than 100 kilowatt, greater than 50 kilowatt, all chargers, or you can also specify just Electrify America. So that's what I'm doing, which is just unfortunate that the route keeps navigating us to non-Electrify America stations. I really don't understand that. But I'm trying to find where the next charger is here. If you can tell, this navigation's better, but it's still not quite where I want it to be. So let's do this. I have a shortcut here for Electrify America. We're going to search for Electrify America along the route. That's the one other mistake I made. I would always click in the vicinity and it wouldn't show you on the map view. If we click along the route, here we go, 218 miles. There it is. That's the one I'm looking for, actually. The one right there. I don't know why it wasn't popping up before I searched that. So we're going to add that as a stopover. So then it still is nice, because even if you manually put in your chargers, it still tells you.
The next stopover is on a limited access road. Please turn left at the end of the road. Your route has multiple necessary charging stops.
Now, you see, this doesn't make sense, because it thought we could get there.
Not always used during route planning.
What is going on? Sam's Club. Did I choose the wrong one? Okay, we're going to delete that one. See, this nav is just so clunky. I don't understand. Stopover will be deleted.
The next stopover is on a limited access road. Please turn left at the end of the road. Your route has a necessary charging stop.
Maybe I tapped on the wrong thing.
The next stopover is on a limited access road. Please turn left at the end of the
Electrify
road.
America.
Your route has a necessary charging stop.
This doesn't make sense. Okay. Twist this map around. Be a little more clear. Let's find that Electrify America again. That might have been user error. Maybe I did something wrong there. It's very good for documenting the clunkiness of this. Still not great. Okay, search Electrify America. Not in the vicinity. Oh, now it doesn't even show along the route. Now it just shows in the vicinity. Interesting. So that one is in... is that in Novi? Could be wrong. No. What the heck? Electrify America. Alright, well, Volkswagen Nav at its best here, I guess. This is... I like the navigation. I like how it integrates with the ID light and everything. But yeah, not great. So we'll add it after we're at our next charger. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm not worried about getting to Detroit. So yeah, now we've got up to 92% as I continue rambling here. So we're going to unplug. We have 216 miles. We should get to Portage absolutely no problem. Since according to the car, that's at the Sam's Club in Portage. We should get there with 28% according to the car. I do like that they added these features. So we will go from there. We didn't anticipate the wind. So we are currently, Volkswagen Nav, we kind of got it starting to work. We had it programmed back to like arriving with a lower state of charge. It wants us to stop right now at this West Michigan International instead of the Sam's Club. So what's interesting is it's going to have a stop here. We're going to arrive there at 6% allegedly, and then we're only going to charge at 10% and then go to this spot. That's because I manually added this spot because it wanted to charge at West Michigan International, but super expensive. It's like 41 cents a kilowatt, and I want to utilize the free charging again with Electrify America. So Volkswagen doesn't let me get rid of this stop, like no matter what I do. It lets me get rid of stops that I add, but it doesn't let me do that. So what we're gonna do, excuse me for my hand slipping from the steering wheel there, as it's travel assist, which is working great on 3.1 by the way. Yeah, we're gonna ignore this whole ID light telling me to turn right here. Not gonna happen. We're gonna go straight there. We're gonna be running on electrons, rolling into the station. So you can see, you'll probably see it do it again here. Oh, I missed the exit. Look at that. What's it gonna do? I'm just curious what it's gonna do now, because we're not stopping. The charger is right at that building over there, it looks like. Curious what it's gonna have us do. Calculating. Are we going to the other Electrify America? Is it gonna take us? Yes! Oh, wait. No, it wants to, what is it wanting us to do? It wants us to somehow go back. Oh, to go in this interchange, get exit, and come back, I guess. That's not going to happen. We're going to Electrify. But I can't take the stop out, which is annoying. So I'm sure this navigation is going to get better, because this is a great, well, I guess the first attempt was pure shit because it had you sit for 12 hours at a 6 kilowatt charger. This is a pretty significant upgrade. So 3.2, whatever the next software ends up being, I think we'll be working a lot better. But yeah, pray for us that we make it there. We're at 7%, 11 miles, and that Sam's Club is, I think it's calculating that 12 miles after this stop. We'll be able to make it though. We'll probably be rolling in right at 1 or 2%, maybe 0 if we're unlucky, but I'm not too worried, considering I'm just trying to, it's already 11 o'clock Eastern time now, so we're just trying to get to our destination. I don't want to make an extra stop, and especially don't want to pay 41 cents a kilowatt hour. We made it to Portage, Michigan, Electrify America with 3%. I just plugged in here with my Volkswagen ID.4 free charging plan, of course. Just got plugged in. Charging should be starting right about now. Just want to see, since there's nobody else here, I plugged into the 350 just to see if we can get above the 125 that my Volkswagen came with. I know the software update was supposed to enable 350 kilowatt charging. But as you can tell, this is the sucky location. We actually had to stop at a speedway about a mile or two up the road because there's nothing open and the station is empty. Granted, it's 11 o'clock. There is a Sam's Club over here and some other businesses, but they're all closed. So kind of limits our options for what we can do here. But here we are, 3% charging at 122 kilowatts, 123 kilowatts. So I'm wondering if that's going to ramp up a little bit as we get a little higher in the pack, as 3% is pretty low. I am going to check in the car. Pretty good charging speeds. I'm happy with that. Something's up with this update though, in calculating time. It claims it's going to take 13 hours. That's never true. So I don't know what's going on there, but let's see. So if we go into the navigation, I'm just curious how it handles an actual charging stop on here. So we're here. Wants us to charge to 59, and then we charged to 56 at the last
interesting.
One. What was that?
Because when you had just plugged it in,
yeah.
When you had just plugged it in, it was showing, is it status? No, vehicle.
You're trying to go to the charging?
Yeah, sorry.
So charging, it's a separate setting now. It used to be under vehicle.
It popped up in here earlier saying, with the little flag, saying that you needed to charge, oh sorry, that was me, you needed to charge to 82%.
So let's start the car. Maybe it's because the ignition.
Oh, 128? Yeah?
Oh, briefly. It's probably because the heater just kicked on and everything. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this. This calculation is really screwed up. I don't know if that's just with the first edition. My dad's car doesn't do that. He has 3.1 on his 2022. I don't know if it's the 2021 thing with the software update, but something's not calculating that right, because it's definitely going faster. Because yeah, we're getting 125. There's no way this is going to take 12 hours to complete. That's completely
But yeah, it did pop up with like the little flag saying. So I'm surprised, because didn't it do it at the last EA we stopped at in this with the navigation? Because we still have the navigation set up.
It's weird. It's very inconsistent. It like knows we're here because it says we're 0 minutes away. But I don't know what's up with that. It says it should only take 23 minutes to charge. Now it wants us to go to 62. Okay. And we arrived there with 4, 5. Oh, I don't know what it's doing.
Well, either way, we're gonna hang out here for a while.
I wonder if because you just changed the slider, I wonder if it would have adjusted.
Could it go?
It's look at that. We plugged in at 3. We're already at 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's been not very long, so good deal. It's funny because it almost doesn't recognize we're here, but it says we're 100 feet away. I wonder if that has something to do with it, but I mean,
maybe. We're
here. You see the chargers behind us. Very quiet, very dark out here in Portage, Michigan tonight, so could be worse, but all right, up to 128, 129.
And
maybe we'll hit 135.
This was showing 2 kilowatts slower than what you said when you had just were like, oh, it's at 122.
Well, yeah, the charger will show what the charger is delivering. The car will show what's going into the pack.
OBD?
I think. You know what? Yeah, let's compare this with the OBD. That's a great call out, actually.
Thank you.
So let's pop into my car scanner app. I have the OBD link plugged in. So yeah, it says 132, 126. So that's like
jumping.
if you put it next to, yeah, it's pretty close to what like the.
We have our ideal battery percentage or battery
temperature.
Thank you.
We're between 70 and 77 degrees on the battery, so that's good. And then it's got a limit on charging right now. I think it's going to open up more because the dynamic limit for charging.
Our 12-volt battery shows 15.
That's with the upgrade, yeah. So that's interesting.
Anyway, yeah. If you are into the geeky side of electric vehicles, this is great.
I'll link this app, but I have an OBD link CX. I'll also link that down below, but it's this app here. So if I pop into the Google Play Store, I have a Google Pixel 7 Pro, in case you didn't know already. Yeah, the reception must be a little slow out here. Yeah, car showing 131 now. 130, 131. Yeah, so it's this car scanner. I get it for free with Google Play Pass, so that's why I use it. No ads or in-app purchases. I think it's a free app, but I get the no ads and stuff, which I really like.
Anyway, yeah, it shows lots of fun information.
Yeah, they've got a whole bunch of different charts that you can kind of look at too.
Yeah.
Like there's 25 different pages you can show, and it'll show you like, this will probably
oh cool, I didn't even know that.
Fluctuate.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. So we're getting 130.
Oh, that's really cool actually to see that way.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay, well we're gonna let the puppies out.
And yeah, we'll let you know kind of how this charging session goes. We'll see how long it takes to get there. We're already at 17. The time we talked to you, we went from 3 to 17 in 5 minutes. That's great. We haven't seen this high a charging speed in a while because it's been cold. And it's still kind of cold, but the battery's warm.
We also haven't used Electrify America in almost
We
months.
Charge at home, so yeah. Well, most of the time. But it's a road trip, so you gotta do what you gotta do. But talk to you in a bit. Just finished up charging here. We had a great session actually. We got up to 130 kilowatts. In 7 minutes, we went to 3 to like 25% or something. To go from 3 to 80, it only took 35 minutes. Not too bad. Peak charging about a little over 130 kilowatts. I didn't see 135 like it was allegedly supposed to happen, but yeah, so pretty good charging session. Great that it's free. Absolutely love that. So we are going to get on our way. We're going to try the brand new Electrify America chargers next out in Ypsilanti at Roundtree Plaza, I believe it's called. So yeah, we will go from there. This session would have cost $26. They charge per kilowatt hour here. So we charged up 57 kilowatt hours. It's only 108 miles to our destination. The car's guesstimate 150 at 80% now, which is significantly less than what we saw last time, but will be good. And then mainly we're only charging there, even though it's so close to Detroit, just to arrive with 50% at our place, so we don't have to worry about charging immediately tomorrow, stuff like that. So we will see you in Ypsilanti. Welcome to Ypsilanti, Michigan, where we just arrived with 16% state of charge after leaving Portage, Michigan with 80%. So Portage, they guesstimated that we had 150 miles of guesstimated range. We've gone 107 miles since over there, averaged 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So our efficiency is kind of stagnated around that. In terms of average speed, we're going average 66 miles per hour. It's a 70 mile per hour road, including like the side streets we had to take and everything to get to and from both chargers. Took about an hour, 38 minutes. And then we had, of course, the climate control set to 68 degrees. Eco mode still on. You can tell by the blue light because I have it in automatic. So yeah, we're here, and these are the brand spanking new Electrify America chargers. So that is very exciting. I'm gonna need my phone. Is my phone down? There it is. Can you grab it for me, Caitlin? Thank you.
Did not have that.
That's okay. All right. So, no one else is here because it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. We got the new dumb labels on here, so it's the hyper fast. Very interesting. My first time using the brand new chargers. I'm glad I get the opportunity. So, with this charger design, they're supposed to make it a little easier to, I guess, move it. It is a longer cable than the other ones. Like if you look at that, that cable goes all the way up here, and look at that, you can even pull. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, sweet. I like the design. Whether it works, that'll be the better question. So I thought I'd document the first time charging on these cables are brand new. You can tell they're pretty shiny. So, ooh, it's a little chilly out, so these cables are heavy. But I'm just curious, if let's say theoretically, if my charging port was up here, would this reach? So, wow. I can go the whole length of the car and pull the cable. This is as far as the cable goes. So I'm all the way up here and the cable goes pretty, that's cool. Yeah. So if you have a front facing, it doesn't really, the orientation matters a lot less at these. So that is great news. So we'll go ahead and plug her in. I'm trying to do this one-handed here. Nice latch, perfect. So nicer quality screen, looks like here. I like that it's kind of recessed, so there's less chance that I guess the elements get to it. Okay, this is strange. So this is a 350 kilowatt balanced charger. I know my car can't take it, but nobody else is here, and I'd rather have the opportunity to get a few extra amps if I can. We're gonna try, and we're gonna test right away. Members tap here, see, this worked at the last charger, so I'm gonna tap my phone. And look at that, that worked right away, so that is cool. That is good news. Payment authorized. Initiating charge. If Kyle Connor happens to be watching this video, these are the SK Signet versions. That's our good old label there. So I just heard a click in the station. So, wow, touchscreen's very responsive, and they still do have buttons, I guess, as backup down here, just in case. See the cabinets over here. Okay, this is taking a little extra. I don't know if I like that necessarily. Okay, reconnecting to vehicle. Not a great start. I don't like that. It's not even that cold. It's like 40, no, it's like 30 degrees. I've never seen this message come up before. Reconnecting to vehicle. Okay, so we got initiating charging. It says welcome Arai. Yeah, these screens are, wow, that touch screen is so much more responsive. I can just tell just based on, feels like it's immediate feedback instead. So watching the light on my charger here, it's flashing, meaning that it's waiting to charge. Okay, just heard more clicks on the charger end here. Is this gonna go? This is taking way longer than it should. I'm not too optimistic. Well, Electrify America, bro. What? Reconnecting to vehicle. Kyle, I really hope you're watching this video. This is not good. This is the second time I've seen the reconnecting to vehicle. I wonder if I have to try a 150, but chargers shouldn't say available. We have plenty of other chargers here to try, so hopefully this isn't a weather thing, because it's only 30 degrees. I know that Kyle from Out of Spec was having some issues with, I believe it was the BTC version of these units. So that is mighty interesting. I'm gonna troubleshoot a little bit and get back to you guys on this. All right, so we're gonna try charger number 1 here. It does say available, just like the other one did. So because these cables are long, I can just grab it from the holster on the right side here. Plug this guy into the car. These cables get stiff when it is cold out. I really do wonder whether Electrify America did any testing with this. I'm gonna set it on top of the car and plug it in, because these cables are so stiff in the cold. Okay, we're plugged in. So we got the flashing light. I better go back over here and authorize this with my phone again. All right, so we got my phone up. I don't even need the Electrify America app. I can just tap here. I felt my phone vibrate, which means it read that NFC tag. Or so I think. I can try from the app too if that still doesn't work. Oh, there we go. Processing payments. Perfect. Payment authorized. Let's see if we have some better luck with charger number 1 here. Initiating. Okay, heard a click. Welcome. Continue. Okay, I heard another click. Still got a flashing light here as if the car is waiting. Okay, I heard the battery click on the car, so that's good news. Okay, this is further than we got. This is a new thing with the new chargers too, where it shows the charge speed requested by the vehicle. So again, 16% state of charge. We are ramping up. We're at 90 kilowatts, 100, 101. It says the car is requesting 98 and the current speed is 101. Car is requesting 97, the current speed is 101 again. This is also another 350 kilowatt. My car is only supposed to do a peak of 135 with the 3.1 software, so we'll see. But that's good news that charger number 1 is working. Charger number 2, however, that's a problem for if the station ever becomes full. Obviously at 2 in the morning, less of a concern. But let's take a look at some of these other units, see if we have any of the other new ones showing that any of them are down. So we have another 350 kilowatt brand new unit here, plug in first. I think they have 150 kilowatt versions of these too, but I could be wrong. This one's at 350. So I plugged in those two over there, the charger number 1 and 2 where my car is. Those are balanced chargers. It does not look like these two are. Actually, so this one shows balanced. So that means it should be sharing power. This one does not show balance, which is interesting because they're right next to each other. So I wonder if that's accurate or not. This one's actually showing complementary session. So I wonder if there is something wrong with, with that charger. That would be a shame if they had this many problems with the new chargers. Let's check this guy out. This one's also balanced. This one shows ready, which in Electrify America terms really means nothing because that charger number 2 back there was not working. And then we have our legacy charger number 6. This is, I believe, the ABB. Or no, this is a Signet. This is a Signet unit. And it's dead. Completely dead. So if you have a Nissan Leaf, I guess you're out of luck. Yeah, we got nothing here. Credit card reader's not on. They got the new stickers because stickers are what's important. But yeah, this is 150. This is the only 150 kilowatts. So the rest of them are 350s, so that's good at least, but the only 150 kilowatt unit is not working. So don't know what's going on with that. Let's go back and check on my charging session here. Still here it running, so hasn't given up. We're getting 101, 20% now. So interesting performance on these new chargers. But so we're gonna charge to, I'm gonna see what the car says here. Look at that, it's just below freezing here. We're starting to accumulate some ice, probably in the front of the car too. Not too bad. Could be worse, could be snow. So let's hop into the car. Got sleepy Caitlin over here. We've been driving all night. So let's see, what does the Volkswagen navigation want us to charge to? Let's charge to 65%. So that shouldn't take too long because we're already getting 100 kilowatts out of here. Let's just see if the car is gonna automatically set our charge for us. It does not, so that's a shame. So the charger was showing that it's inputting 100 to the vehicle. I wonder if it's because of climate control or something, because it's showing what these chargers show what amount the car is requesting, which is interesting. So let's set this guy, we'll set it to, oh, okay, so that's interesting. As I'm sliding this, it showed minimum charge level for route 66%. So if I try to make it charge below that, oh, now it's a 65. So I guess when you drag the slider down, that must be how you activate. That should be automatic though. Interesting. All right, well, now we know how that works because it wasn't doing that automatically. So if you do it higher, you can set it higher, and then when you slide it back again, so if I wanted to, let's say, set it to 50, it automatically sets it to the route. So that's cool, at least, in case you want to be precise. My estimate's working now though, my charging estimate. That's interesting. It was not working at any of the previous fast charge I had. So it said it should only take 20 minutes to get to 65%. Oh, just went up to 25. Good call, Caitlin. Now it's showing we're charging above 100 kilowatts. So this is a lengthier stop, but I think it's worth documenting that these chargers are not perfect yet. They still have some issues, but that one in the end is completely dead. The one with the Chatamo.
Yeah, we knew that.
We did?
Yeah, you checked it before.
Maybe you're right, but still, that's...
Because you were like, oh, I want to go see the new chargers. And then you were like, oh, but the old one's out. We did see this
so
earlier.
all of the new ones, though, you might be surprised by this, all of the new ones are 350s.
Okay.
So even though I'm plugged into a 350 and like the legacy setup, I'm turning on the light here.
Are you not plugged into the lit up one? Oh no, it is green.
Yeah, so this one's green. Yeah, that's the other thing I noticed. Some of them have the green light on.
No, they
all do.
Some of them just aren't as bright.
They all do. Some of them, yeah, from the road at least, it looked like only some of them were. But I think it's because the light's only on one side, so we weren't seeing it from the road. But yeah, this one's lit up. It's just on the other side. So we're plugging this charger number 1, whereas this charger number 2 is not working. But yeah, very interesting experience. Kyle, I hope you're watching, so you can see that the charger number 2 did not work. We had that weird charging error on that one, where he kept trying to reconnect the vehicle. I suppose I could have tried it again, but maybe if I have some time, but it's kind of 2 a.m. and I don't really want to be juggling around with cables. So we'll report back once it's done, finished up charging here. We should be good to go.
Hi, this is Editing Caitlin. We realized that we didn't actually update you all when we did get to Rye's cousin's house in Detroit. So we did get there a little after 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And we got there with between 25 and 30% state of charge. Again, we didn't document this because we were just ready to get to bed and kind of make sure that they could go to bed also, because Hands stayed up for us, which was very, very kind of them. But we did make it to Detroit okay. We had enough state of charge on the car that we felt comfortable driving it the next day. We did charge it in downtown Detroit in 2 different places. One of them was just a slow charger through ChargePoint. We got about 6 kilowatts there. And then we also went to a fast charger, but only for 5 minutes, just to test it out. I believe Arai had taken a picture of it to put on PlugShare. But we did leave Detroit with 35% state of charge, which we will cover in the next video. So again, make sure that you guys are subscribed and have that notification bell turned on, because there are 3 more videos to this entire road trip. And if you found this one interesting, you're going to find the other ones interesting as well.
You'll Mastodon. I'm gonna be the rogue one using Mastodon.
Oh shit!
But if you go to my Twitter account,
look in the left.
that Alex just mentioned, there's a link to my Mastodon. Where I
That's a Fisker Ocean!
So go to his Twitter account and then go to his Mastodon account and then buy some cryptocurrency from Richard. Eli is so sorry he missed this week's episode.
It's got the cameras on it.
I'm gonna say rock and roll and said, Andrew, shut up.
Serious saying Use your phone.
Play some Rumors. Hey Siri, play Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Fisker Ocean. It's 2 cars ahead of us.
Oh, there's a car in front. I can't get any of it now.
Well, he's ripping.
He's zooming. You can see him.
It's a test vehicle. They got the camouflage on it and some cameras.
Wow, we're just leaving Detroit now to go visit family. They live more in the suburb region.
Rochester.
Rochester.
So, yeah.
And yeah, all of a sudden this guy came flying up.
What road are we on? I don't even know. I-75 north? Yep. 75
Maybe.
north. And he is, oh, there we go. Yeah, we're catching up a little bit. He is ripping it though. He's going at least 80, 85. He got stuck behind a truck, so we got to catch up to him.
Can you go on this next lane?
Yes, I will.
Wonderful. Look at him. There it is. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, that is it's not a bad looking car. I actually kind of like that camouflage. I'd buy it in that color.
Pardon. Is this our second time seeing a camouflaged vehicle on a road trip?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway.
Oh my god, yeah,
They're all bolts. I've never seen a truck full of bolts. Oh, that's a nice color. Blue.
Hummer EV, downtown Detroit, folks! Alright, thank you so much for coming along on the first leg of our road trip from Milwaukee to Detroit. We hope you guys enjoyed watching some of our charging fails and successes. Let us know down below if there's something you would have done differently, something you think that we did well, whatever. Just interact, give us some comments to respond to, right? Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Turn on that notification bell. We have at least 2 more videos from this road trip coming up. So you'll get to see us going from Detroit to Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh back to Milwaukee, which is going to be a really good one. Anyway, thanks again for coming along with us, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See you guys later.